is the episode 1 of our Grease Monkey Games Talk Drift devlog that we're going to try to be persistent with and do a few. We just got back from the US, so figured that we'd do first episode about the US, what we did. We went to GDC, Formula Drift on Long Beach, and learned a lot, met a lot of people, relaxed a little bit, and just sort of discuss what we learned, how we're going to put that into the game. And then I guess we'll do a little introduction of who we are. I'm Billy, 3D artist on the team. Yeah.
I'm Ben. I'm a designer. I do a lot of the nitty-gritty game stuff. So like the game, like what kind of drifting you do, who you verse, how much money you make, what entry fees are, how much parts cost, how much difference they make, and stuff like the math of like who you verse and like fun stuff like that.
Systems,
so a lot of numbers, spreadsheets.
Gluing everything together.
Yeah.
making it all work.
Yeah.
So my name's Lachlan. I'm also a designer / producer on Talk Drift. My primary function is to handle car balancing, making sure that the cars keep the game on track to what we want it to be, that they're also balanced as closely as can be to real world cars and drivers and all that kind of bits and pieces. I also liaise with new potential clients that we want to get involved with the game and the company, and essentially any other little nitty gritty bits and pieces that need to get done with organisation, and assisting Billy in similar things.
Emails.
Pretty much just emails, yeah. Emails and the spreadsheets. That's pretty much what I do.
Why is your title not changed to like drift special?
I don't know. It should be. It should be. Yeah.
Carman.
Car dude.
Yeah. We kind of went to the US with 2 goals in mind. GDC was very showing it off to other game developers, seeing how it's received with them, getting their opinions. Obviously, they do this for a living as well, so it's good to get their opinion. And then Long Beach, going to Formula Drift, going to the actual consumer and seeing, these guys love it. They do it for a passion, and they love the sport. So getting their take on things as well was also really good.
It's a whole different thing seeing drifting on YouTube and then like being like 20 meters away and the car's going 150 k's, just like
yeah.
And then you're in smoke, just like woo.
When you're right on that wall and it's right there, it's pretty.
And the drivers, like you see all them all on YouTube, and then we're just kind of walking around, and there's all these famous drifters who are just like, let's see you on the video.
Yeah. Guys I've watched for years, just like, what? They're right there. There's not even a barrier, no security, just right there. That was.
I'll see the car.
Yeah.
We actually got to ride in some of the drift cars on the media day. I got in Justin Pollock's car.
I was in Ken Gushy's car.
Yeah.
Dan Burkett's.
Yeah. Dan Burkett's, right before he accidentally
smashed
hit
it.
the wall. Yeah.
So yeah, Billy was in a V8 Mustang. I was in a 2JZ powered 86
Supra.
And Ben was in a 2J Supra, which is pretty ridiculous.
For me, it's like as soon as the guy said go, we just flooring this wall. The Long Beach track is quite close.
Yeah.
And it's just like, when are we going to turn? Like, I know we're going to initiate at some point, and it was like so much later than I thought it was going to be. And then, the whole thing was over in 15 seconds, 10 seconds, and you're like, shit.
Let's go again. It was like I was trying to hold his camera for like doing a vlog and hold my own phone just like in 2 fingers. And then he started doing like burnouts at the start. And I was like flying from wall to wall trying to hold it. Pretty ridiculous video, I think.
So we had a booth at both GDC and at Long Beach. GDC was interesting for me anyway. I haven't been in the game scene for that long, and it was definitely a thing that I thought was going to be quite amazing going to GDC, and I think it was a little bit overwhelming, sort of just how big budget and how the production value of the event is coming from here in Australia, where we have PAX and GCAB, which is it's not low budget, but it's just not to that level, and it's quite kind of overwhelming the caliber of people and the caliber of things that are there.
There's a lot of people, like 40,000 or something.
I think it's like main difference for me is because, you know, PAX is all consumer, so the people who are there are just there to play games, they like games and doing their spare time. Whereas GDC, you know, everyone makes games, they're there because they make games, and it's a completely different conversation. They'll be over talking about how you made this specific effect, or how you're planning to do this, or whatnot, and, you know, when you answer, you can't just say some random shit.
Yeah.
They know their stuff, and they're working in these big companies which you see the name of, but you don't actually know anything about. And there's actually a lot of faces to names, I think, this trip.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it was very technical, which I was surprised with. I was getting questions that I had no idea how to answer, and
You just call Brendan over.
programming questions and even art questions that are just like I have a basic knowledge, but yeah, nowhere. And I'm like,
I just ran off and spent the whole time like nerding out, going to talks.
At GDC,
Yeah. Because I think for a lot of people, it's like I don't know. There's things they'd rather be doing, but I like just going and seeing people from the big companies that you play the games from, like Blizzard and like I don't know, Supercell for mobile, especially, and seeing like in their talks they're showing like real data from the games you've played, like stuff they've tried, stuff that hasn't worked, like times they've messed up, and you're just like, oh, so they mess up too, like cool.
Yeah.
But also just being like, oh, I could use that.
Yeah,
just straight taking stuff.
Well, I'm more curious. I put to you guys. You haven't heard me like preppy for this. What have you you know, directly gone and you know, focused to change after the trip? Whether it be from stuff you learn at you know, Formula Drift or GDC. You have to think about it.
Well, I can answer that pretty directly. Primarily, it was definitely the power of the cars. That was huge. Like prior to going, my interpretation was that 1,000 horsepower cars with the engine we have and the way we built it was just going to be unsustainable to have, or it wouldn't be fun to play. And based off all the feedback from players at the Drift event and also at GDC, and just speaking to so many people, drivers included, their perspective on it, you know, the overwhelming data was that the cars need to be faster, and trying to portray that level of realism to the audience, which I think is really important when doing something that's as niche and so has such a dedicated fan base as a motorsport, that you need to be accurate there. And so I came back going, all right, let's try and find a way to make these cars be 1,000 horsepower that have the same kind of settings that feel ridiculous as it was going 200 k's an hour from 0 to 200 in 150 meters. Like that, yeah, that was definitely something.
I think the thing is using like traditional game know-how. It's like you kind of want to be sort of safe with not making it like too crazy, like just blowing out the numbers to where people can't control the cars at all. So previously we were just like, oh, at a certain point of speed, you stop being able to drift because you just slam into the wall. But for like a motorsport, people just want to be able to get into like an insane car and go crazy speeds and just try to control that.
Yeah.
So I think it's just part of the sport, isn't it?
It was awesome because, you know, we sit around, we play the game, and we're like, this is awesome, we love it. But then to actually go to a large fan base of people who follow the motorsport and do it for real, like who actually do that as their job, and then have them say, this is really cool, I'm enjoying, I'm having fun, it's, you know, the best drifting game I've ever played. That was next level for me, like actually
And have
hearing
drivers
that.
saying that?
Yeah, drivers.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was cool.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's even like the kid. There were two families where the kids didn't leave the booth for like
It's like daycare.
2 hours.
Parents
Like,
come with
and just like, and the kids are crazy. The kids are loving it, and the amount of people that would walk past and see the trailer that we had going, and then be surprised, a bit of intrigue, and come up and be like, "What's this?" And be like, "It's a game." And they're like, "Oh, it's a game." And then you see the controller in the back, and then I'm like, "It's on mobile." And they're like, "What? It's on mobile?"
And then we're like, this is the same version.
Yeah.
We just upres it for
With
the
on
TV.
controller, and they're like lost their shit. They're just they come whole that was very I guess,
Reassuring.
Yeah, and kind of like empowering and felt a sense of pride, like that what we were doing was on the right path.
Yeah.
And was going to do all right.
From the whole trip, like GDC and FD included, it covers pretty much like everything I do day to day. Just like thought of better ways to do everything.
Yeah.
Just from like little bits of information here and there at GDC, just like seeing what these big companies have done and failed doing. It's just like, oh, okay, I know a better way to do this now. And then being at FD, just like seeing how the gameplay should be different. Not necessarily better, just better reflect the actual sport and what it feels like to be there. It just like changes everything, even just a little bit.
Yeah.
To be a little bit closer.
It's just like you miss when you just hear, computer screen putting in values like you can't.
Exactly.
Yeah. You guys don't know this, but I've actually written up a bunch of questions for you. So we don't actually have any questions yet, but we want you to submit questions. These are some fake people that I've made up.
Why did you say that? You should have said this was something I prepared earlier.
So we've got Rosa Lopez from Seattle. Hi Rosa, how are you?
She's a real fan.
Yeah, she drives a Magna. I'm not sure why that's from.
They even get Magna. I don't think they got Magna.
Question for Lockie. Alright. Just read this, I forgot what I wrote. What was the number one thing that you were surprised about how the Formula Drift cars are set up? So you can't answer that already, but is there anything else that sticks out?
Yeah, I was kind of surprised at where they position their oil coolers and their oil sensors and stuff like that. Like how far their oil has to travel from the engine through back to the tank and then again, which is shown pretty different with Frederick Osbo's build, having a dry sump, and the engineering that goes with that is just insane. Actually, if anything, his whole build in general, like that thing is just insane.
Corolla that they built like
a thousand horsepower car, and talking to Papadakis Racing and how they solved the problems they had with the car to try and turn a 4-cylinder car into a 1,000 horsepower car and not overblow with NOS, so it doesn't destroy the block and all these kinds of things. And then as well the fabrication that went along with it.
Speaking of fabrication, we actually had the privilege of going to Dean invited us to his workshop, which was awesome. He showed us, he's like coffee and cars car. We had used two other Vipers which were being worked on. We had a few mishaps leading up to Formula Drift.
Yeah.
The build itself though, just him describing to us all of the custom panels, all the custom airflow stuff that had to do just to keep the V10 twin turbo thing going. It's absolutely
and it's a new design too. But as well, all the suspension completely custom built because it just doesn't work. They can't get the angle off the SR10, which is the Dodge Viper that he's using, which is now currently discontinued. But all that completely custom and showing us all the cast CNC milled pieces and it was that was pretty amazing. And he's such a legend bloke. So.
And he's a legend, yeah. Daniel Caldwell from West Virginia. There we go. They're all from the US, surprisingly. I don't know why. Drives a Kia Pregio. How has game design changed since coming back from the US? You kind of answered that as well, so yeah.
I think we actually had the base aspects of how it works, like the core loop, but pretty solid a while ago. I think just because we know how drifting tournaments work, and FD's done in the same way every year. So 1v1 tandem, winner takes out the ranking and the money and everything, comes out on top. And from that, just being guys that like cars, just upgrading cars, we want to use real parts, real cars, all that stuff. And that in itself, does in real life, makes a fun loop in itself. You build your car, you tune your car, and you go out and you smash it, and you tandem drift with some other guys. But we're equally into it. Like I said, just a lot of the little things that we've missed, and the values that we should use, and how some things are a little more important than others, and how we should prioritize how much tuning goes into it, how much parts matter, just all of that stuff. It was just whole sort of mind shift.
Yeah.
How all that works. So,
Awesome. I guess we'll wrap this up. We won't, do too long for the first one.
The final question. What did you enjoy more, FD or?
wait, who's the question from?
Question.
Yeah.
So it was
It was
preface to the three of us.
Jilly Joe.
Jilly Joe, who drives a Ninja 250.
Cow.
What was better?
What's better? What did you enjoy more, GDC or FD?
FD. Yeah, purely because it got that ride along.
I feel like enjoy is. I don't know.
Or maybe
I think
not.
we all enjoyed MD just because cars are cool. I think GDC was definitely very useful, and being like game developers as a career, it's a big step for us being all the way in Australia, making that long journey to something everyone in the industry talks about. Whereas FD, it's something probably if we weren't here, we'd do more as like a hobby thing. So yeah, that's more fun. Like big career step, more fun. But
Yeah.
Good. See, it's interesting because I like the same reasoning, but the flip. The relationships that we're trying to build with aftermarket part manufacturers, with licensing, with drivers, with all that stuff is paramount to a huge part of our game and plays a huge role. That's
for all business.
Yeah, well, for all business, but I see like the exact same way you saw GDC, I saw FD, as well as that enjoyment kind of like I've loved cars for so long, so for me it's kind of like that bracket as well, kind of like fits the both. With having our own cars and trying to experience what drifting really is, building our own cars, buying our own drift cars, trying to get involved in the drift scene here in Victoria and Melbourne. It kind of correlates with making relationships in FD in the States as well. So, that for me was really important.
So, next few devlogs, we're actually going to go over some of the parts of the game, the gameplay mechanics, or whether it's rendering or what you do, gameplay progression, things like that. We'll have on a few other members of the team as well to talk about those and more technical questions, introduce Brendan. And yeah, if you've got any questions, ask you, so we don't have to make up questions. You ask us questions, and also want to do like a little competition too. If we've got a lot of Instagram followers who are very active, and that's awesome. But for Facebook, we don't have a lot of people interacting with us there. So what we're going to do is we're going to give away one of these t-shirts. I haven't told you about this, have I?
Which are awesome.
Which are awesome. Jump on, share this video on Facebook, and then we'll select someone randomly on there. Just please don't be a medium.
Yeah.
We're running out of medium t-shirts, but we'll work something out.
Worst case, we'll get you one.
Yeah.
You might get a specific dev-only medium, which might be one of ours. We'll also have a separate side lot of videos, if any of you are interested, which I hope you guys are, about our cars and our builds. We're planning to be on the track in 3 weeks.
What do you reckon, 1,000 horsepower?
Well, maybe.
1, 2,
maybe 2.5. Billy's starting a build on a Corolla K70.
We got tomorrow.
Yeah, and
55.
Funnily enough, actually have the... Oh, you got 55,
Yeah.
okay. And I got a K70, so I'll be documenting my build as well, which we can link all together, so...
Yeah.
Hit us likes, get amongst it, we're all pretty approachable, so...
It's Friday, so we'll start doing some playtests.
Yes,
Yeah, we're gonna play
games. Yes.
Cool.
Sweet, thank you. Cheers.